Right, so my LazyBoy luxury lift chair. Let's go through it, folks. This is a rare opportunity to own a LazyBoy luxury lift chair. Not the run-of-the-mill Pride or Golden chairs. Oh, a LazyBoy luxury lift. Hop online, you'll see how premium they are. And we're going to do this little video today so you can see that is very much the case with this chair as well. Let's go through it. So color. Sometimes video and computer screens are hard to understand, but sort of a beigey taupe, and arguably in a dark light, maybe it's a slight amount of magenta to it, but very, very slight. But the point is very neutral, so it'll work with a lot of spaces. Up and down, LazyBoy control. The upholstery is perfect. Let's take her for a trip. First of all, Grandma wants to sit down, so she pushes the up button, and the chair begins to move up. LazyBoys have a unique mechanism where they tilt back and then go forward just as a comfort feature. See how quiet it is? Those Golden chairs, they tend to whine a little bit because they use a lower quality oaken motor. This one's whisper quiet. It's just luxury. So Grandma walks in, has a seat, pushes herself against what you see there, and then grabs the control and decides to have a seat down. Nice and easy, not a problem. Grandma loves the fact that the welting in the seat is perfect, the arms are perfect, and the headrests are perfect with no wear or tear, just like she went out and bought it brand new. Wants to watch a little TV, legs go up, a little bit of relaxation, enjoying herself. But wait a minute, then she decides, nah, I don't just want to relax my legs, I want to relax my back. And the back goes down as well, and creating an overall comfortable disposition for her to enjoy that. And then when the grandkids come over, she sees them come in the room and is like, oh well, time to entertain. Up comes the back, down goes the legs, and she can leave it wherever she likes to comfortably enjoy interacting with the grandkids. I'm going to pause the video for a minute. We're going to take a look at the undercarriage. You know, sometimes people wonder what the difference between a Pride, a Golden, and a LazyBoy lift chair are. And I'm fortunate enough to have two examples here to show you in regard to this LazyBoy lift chair. Now, make no mistake, there's no such thing as a bad lift chair. But, well, there are Chevys and there are Mercedes on the road. They are both cars, they're both legal, but there is a reason one is more expensive. So I'm just going to show you why that is. So first of all, the most important, this chair right here is a Pride chair. This is the LazyBoy we're talking about in the listing. The first thing that's pretty obvious to see is just how much more steel is in the LazyBoy frame. This frame is very popular right now with all of the manufacturers. It's an off-the-shelf frame. It does the job, it's fine, but the LazyBoy frame is ridiculous from the standpoint of robustness. All the motors are pretty much the same. See that motor there? It's got it's an actuated cylinder. Pretty much the same design as the LazyBoy. The only difference is the LazyBoy's got a threading there. It keeps it more stable. But these are off-the-shelf motors that cost pretty much the same. So motors are not an issue. Motors are going to be pretty much reliable across the range. But when it comes to frame and etc. and things like that, I mean, this frame here, the gauge of the steel is pretty light. This is a very heavy, welded and robust frame. Numerous areas of extra reinforcement. In regard to the footrest as well, both similar looking frames when you first look at them, but then you look a little deeper and you can see, you know, for example, look at the multi-pivots of the LazyBoy, and this steel as well is significantly thicker than this steel here. This actually feels quite a bit more rickety. This is very robust. If you get a LazyBoy recliner and just lift it up, you can see what I'm talking about. Things like the retaining banding of the upholstery. Here they have the upholstery cordoned off because they use just bands, whereas LazyBoy will use springs. So I don't know. I think there's a reason that a lot of folks aren't aware of when you go to buy a lift chair. Because I mean, functionally they rise, they lower, because again, the motors there's nothing new under the sun from the standpoint of motors. Just like cars have 4 wheels, the difference is the overall design and build. And you know, things like the stitching, you know, like, I mean, this is fine, but you know, LazyBoy, this is a nicer fabric. A lot of care and detail has gone into the overall integration. The bottom is closed off, this is open, know what I mean? And priced accordingly. So yeah. Anyway, let's go back and finish talking about this chair. So there you have it, folks. You can see why the LazyBoy chairs are a little higher quality. This one is no exception. But the lift chair mechanism on this is very easy to service. And I mean, let's face it, if you or anyone you know is halfway mechanical, meaning change your own oil in your car or drive a nail, you could service the few things that'll happen with this chair. Namely, it's either the remote or the motor, which will fail at some point in the future. Maybe, maybe not, depending how much you use it. But they're easy to fix. But everything you care about in the chair, this chair is freshly shampooed. It's in pristine shape. It's in nice color disposition. What can I say? So, on Kijiji, you're looking at different lift chairs. You see a lot of chairs that got dark, dirty pictures. And they range in price from mild to wild. You'll have some people who are selling their chair for almost what they paid for it, like 1,800 bucks. Good luck. You'll have people who are giving theirs away because they're soaked with urine. Right? Right. Or then you'll find my chair, which is not only pristine in its disposition, but well presented in a way you can go, yeah, I like that chair. Fact of the matter is, it's very common for people to actually just call me and have me deliver it because this presentation is so comprehensive. But I'll leave that up to you. The back comes off for easy transport, so if you got an SUV or something, it will fit in there. Might be able to wedge it into a car, but as I told you earlier, this is a heavy unit, real good for stability. As far as measurements, the internal measurement there is 20 from side to side. It's 19 deep, 30 overall, so it's a little more petite chair. I personally am 6'1". I can sit in this chair comfortably. I sit a little bit upright, which I actually like. The padding in the back is quite robust. So I feel very alert sitting in this chair, but I'm not, like, my feet nicely touch the floor. So, and again, I'm 6'1", so what can I tell you? And again, if you're wondering why I'm doing this outside, just so you can see everything, because, well, the sunlight shows everything, right? But key points. The arms are in great shape. The welting's in perfect shape. That's where these chairs wear out. No oil marks all over the headrest. And a great chair. And let's face it, you probably just found out you needed one right away. And then you had a couple choices. You went online, you looked at the LazyBoy website, 2,500 bucks or more. You went to the Golden website, 1,800 bucks, but not as good as this. You went on Kijiji, looked at the crap that's largely available, and then you found my ad. And then you just made the right decision. So I'm waiting for that phone call because you did make that right decision. You can send me a text, email, or phone call. I'll get back to you right away. You see it's exactly as I've described, and you will buy it. And pricing is firm. Thanks, folks.